Red pill Phil to Earthling Carl.
Humans are so stupid.
That's because their brains are analog instead of digital.
In our obsession with antagonisms of the moment, we often forget how much unites all the members of humanity. Perhaps we need some outside universal threat to make us recognize this common bound. I occasionally think how quickly our differences worldwide would vanish if we were facing an alien threat from outside this world.
Yes, people, how you doing? This terminology, CIVNAT, do I consider myself a CIVNAT? No. When I've breathed the same air as anyone of any colour skin on this land, from the moment of my conception, from the moment I took my first steps on any land, it's been this land, which is the same as any other person in the same predicament, whatever colour of the skin. I look at it and I think, you know, it's almost like a passive aggressive way of basically just segregating you, you know? The irony is that I heard on a march last week, someone referring to Martin Luther King in terms of what their ideals was about in the march. But yet, when people use that term against people that do consider themselves every bit of English for what they feel and what they love and cherish in this beautiful country that we live in, to me, that is the ultimate thing Martin Luther King was fighting against. Segregation. Are we going to have buses, trams, trains, aeroplanes? You know, is this the way we're going? Are we going to diversify and splinter off even more and ostracize even more? Is that where we're going? Is the low grade of thinking there? Do you want to be there? Fire brigade. Yeah, mate. Yeah. We've had a little accident with a chip pan. I know, you wouldn't believe it. Can I just ask a question though? Are you civic nationalist or are you ethnic national? Ah, right. No. Yeah, I'll just wait for the ethnic national. That's right, yeah. I don't mind waiting. I've got a wet blanket here. If you could tell the ambulance driver as well, he has to be ethnic national. Ethnic national. Okay, mate. See you in a bit. I don't. I love my fellow human being. I do. I then got thinking, Earthling Carl has been brandishing this about a little bit, like it was a little bit of, you'd only a CIVNAT, you know. Well, this CIVNAT, Earthling Carl, goes out and actually helps organisations who you could say predominantly white, for the betterment of white people, however you want to put it, in your kind of segregation terms. I don't. I just see them as beautiful people that need a voice. It's ironic that these are the same people that will make these videos, watch these videos, comment on these videos, but yet you've got at 138 Yorkshire Street, Rochdale, you've got an organisation that is for the betterment of everyone, but it happens to be predominantly white people at this point. You could put that down to whatever you want. So why aren't these people putting all their energy into the betterment of white people instead of doing videos segregating people? And even segregating people that are helping with the betterment of white people? Do you get my logic? Doesn't seem to work, does it? You know, when you people watch, like everyone does, when you look at all the different people working together, there's been times, the most starkest for me is when I've been looking down the street and I've seen someone who may be disabled or impaired in some way that demands that they need a carer. And I've seen the carer's white and the person that needs the help is black. And I've seen it plenty of times the other way, where the person in need is white and the carer is black. A fireman, an ambulanceman or woman, do you think any of them contemplate the CIVNAT question? Who is of a different skin tone? Do you think when they're going in the building to pull out a white individual, do you think that question rises with them? Should it rise with them? Do you think the person waiting for that fire person to come in, do you think that is a question they're considering? Does it matter? Is that a thing? Is not the bond between them two in order to help one another to get across that road? Is that not more important? Or is it all about, well, segregating once again? Doesn't make any sense. Causes further division, isolates, ostracizes, demonizes, you know, when it's uneven, it's irrational, and it doesn't make any sense. Hello, hi. I'm just inquiring as to whether you've got a movie in your store. Yes, that's right, yeah. The movie I'm after is Ethnic Nationals European Vacation. Yes, that's right. Do you happen to have a copy in stock? Okay, I'll hold. Hello, hi. You have? Oh, that is fantastic. Do you mind if I put my name down for it and I'll come and pick it up at some point today? Yeah, sure. Okay, my name is Adolf Spittler. Adolf Spittler, that's right, yeah. Yeah, I know it sounds a lot like Adolf Hitler. But honestly, I love Jews. I love Jews, mate. So is it done? Oh, thank you very much. Carl. Do you think a veteran calls himself a civic national? Do you think, Carl? A man or a woman that has chose to put down their own personal feelings, fight for this country, at risk of his own or her own life. Probably saved countless brothers in arms whilst in combat. Probably seen images that no one would ever want to see. Totally worse than any movie you might watch, Carl. Do you think they see themselves as a civic national? Do you think they should be seen as a civic national? I know many veterans of many different colours and shades. All the same people inside. Do anything for the country. So, Carl, are you trying to say now that the veterans of a different skin tone do not come in that order? When the medals are given out, are they supposed to stand at the back, Carl? Because the civic, they're not ethnic. Is that your way of thinking, Carl? Silly logic. Would you tell a black veteran, Carl, to his face, whilst he's wearing or she's wearing the regalia, that they're a civic national? Would you, Carl? I would love you to show your lineage. Do a video. Show how far back your heritage goes in this beautiful land we call England. Not the UK, England. Show your papers, Carl. Let's see it. Show me your papers. Show your papers, Carl. Remember, how far back do you need to go to show true lineage to the land that is England? No deviations, no hop, skipping and jumping across Europe, try to collate that in with your little collective. Straight England. That's how it works. Otherwise, any deviations in any way, you're the son of a migrant, you're the son of an immigrant, you're the son of a refugee. Ain't that a funny terminology? Show me your papers. Oh, Carl, there's someone at the door. He said something about, can you bring the papers? The papers! Yeah? Let's see. Now, I do remember that in order to classify for the Nazi youth, any child, their four parents being the grandparents and the parents, had to have been of German, at least 3 of the 4 had to be of German stock. So show me your stock, Carl. Show me your papers.
Humans are so stupid.
That's because their brains are analog instead of digital.
Come on, Carl, I wish you would tidy your room up, you know, instead of sitting on that computer all day. And what's with not showing your face? What's that all about? I'm gonna go and have a look in your room. I bet it's a right state. We're never gonna find these papers. Oh my bloody God, Carl, what is going on in here? Get it sorted out. And why is this toilet roll next to the Britney Spears magazine? What have you been doing, Carl? Show the papers. You know my lineage. You know it. And one more thing as well. Gotta say, bullies, you don't do bullies, do you? We don't do bullies. We don't do people that just get on, particularly women. So when you're mocking someone, mocking the voice,
I creased when I found out Luke Carl got strikes. He can privatize his videos all he likes. When his channel is reported, YouTube will see them and remove his channel. Ha ha ha. And the next one was Luke's channel's going to get deleted again. Ha ha ha. This is so funny.
my mother used to bring up all these little diamond statements and sayings. People in glass houses should not throw stones. Seriously? Carl, your tea's ready. Bring in your papers. And secondly, if you're going to mock someone, particularly in a kind of way that tells me what you're all about, but when you mock them in a voice that doesn't befit their kind of lineage anyway, if you only ask Janaea would gladly tell you that her stock comes from Africa as well as England, okay? The fucked up accent you were trying to portray, which you've done it really poorly, I must admit, was a form of patois. Now, patois is from the Caribbean. Same again, that is very telling within you. One, it shows your ignorance, and 2, it tells me that you can't do accents for shit. And 3, do I need to copy your accent? Is that where we're going? I love you all, even the fucking haters. Ha.